industry is strange. Like I'm just used to my attitude, which is probably not the best attitude, but is that no matter how good of an idea I have or how interesting it is, uh, the studios or whoever I'm pitching to won't get it.
Yeah.
Like they might get it, but they're like, well, we don't know what to do with it. So I'm
But
just
that's
used to
not
that.
just you. The industry's like in a bad place.
Yeah, I guess the
You
industry
know,
is in
it's
a bad place
really
now.
bad.
Yeah, but you'd figure they'd probably want to make some like investments at some point to see what's
Right.
what's next and what's possible.
Well,
You
when
know?
I watched your special, I was like, I want to commend you because it's just like nobody would do that. Nobody would make a special from the perspective of 1998
Yeah.
and pull it off, and like especially nowadays, like with the way things are and what gets eyeballs nowadays.
Yeah.
So it really hats off to Veeps
For sure.
for seeing that vision.
Yeah, for 100%. I think Veeps was. I definitely am so grateful for them wanting to do a special because I was trying to do a special for like I don't know 8 years, 9 years,
Yeah.
something like that, and I had like J.J. Abrams on board with Bad Robot was there at pitch meetings for this concept that I had for a comedy special, and nobody went for it. And I'm just like, well, if I had Bad Robot and J.J. Abrams at like the height of his powers, like,
Yeah.
not being able to push something into existence,
Yeah.
then it's definitely not them. The issue's not them. It's like there's something else
I
going
had
on.
heard Jimmy Kimmel pitch something to ABC, and they said no. And that's Jimmy Kimmel,
Yes.
the face of the network.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's bizarre. And what's weird is I've pitched things that have intentionally been very low cost.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, this is low cost, low risk,
Mm-hmm.
and people still don't do it. So it's
Wow.
not money.
When you were doing Corden for, gosh, I think you did it for 6 or 7 years, something like that.
8.5 years.
8.5 years. Were you like itching to go out and be Reggie Watts? Did you feel constrained in that? As good as probably a gig it was.
Yeah. No, super rad gig. I mean, I definitely wanted to, I want to do more of my own stuff,
Yeah.
And so,
Because you couldn't go out and tour or perform if you have to be there
Nah.
5 nights a week.
not really. I mean, like, we were only doing 4 days a week, which was, again, like, it's the most.
That's a lot, Reggie. 4 days is a lot.
Yeah, I
A
guess
live
so.
show every day.
That's true.
Because it's just like, the only thing I can compare it to is I live stream, and it's exhausting. It's a full day, and then when
Yeah.
you're done, you're just like, you need a couple days to recover. I'm sure after 4 days of shooting.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I worked the least amount of hours out of anybody in that entire show.
No, you're up there for the whole hour.
No, I am, but I'm only there for about an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah. But James Corden predicted that.
What did he say?
When I met with him at the hotel, and I apologize to everybody for all my sniffling. I have allergies, so I'll try to do my best to move the mic away as I sniff a lot. Sir sniffs a lot. But yeah, like he invited me to this hotel in Beverly Hills for a meeting. There was a meeting set up, and this was after I quit Comedy Bang Bang, like
Yeah.
immediately after I quit.
You had an idea. Maybe this is for the band leader's job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah, or no, they did tell me. They told me. Yeah,
Yeah.
My management said, like, yeah, this is for, he's got a new talk show. It's taking over Craig Ferguson's slot, and he's looking for a band leader. And I was like, okay, cool. Met with him, which was weird because I just quit, a show where I was a one-man band leader on a fake talk show.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Now this guy wants me to be on an actual talk show as an actual band leader.
Yeah.
And anyways, but we went to the hotel. Very charming guy, very cool. Ben Winston, who's the showrunner, his best friend, he was there, and I could tell like he was like analyzing me because he wasn't very sure about me.
Yeah.
And James just kind of talked to me, and he just like had it in his mind. He was like, "This is the guy I want for the show. He's the perfect dude." And we talked for a while, and he said at one point, he's like, "Listen," he's like, "you roll into the studio, 20 minutes before the show, and your car is running already. You do the show, you get out of the show, and you get in your car and you drive off."
Wow.
And
He spoke your language.
and it was exactly true because I mean I kind of crafted it that way over time because like in the beginning they wanted us to be there earlier, the band to be there earlier, but and to go through rehearsal where they they run through his monologue and all that stuff, and I just found it really tedious to be there for that because it doesn't make my job easier
Right.
to watch the monologue, and then when the show comes on for me to fake laugh
Yeah.
through the stuff in the
Yeah.
monologue. I wanted it to be spontaneous and real in the
Yeah.
moment. And so eventually I just stopped going to the rehearsals. And then I remember the showrunner, uh, Ben, chimed in one day. And he's always like chewing on something. He's British. He's like, "I Reg, actually think it was a good idea for you to not, not come to rehearsals anymore." And I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm glad you see that because like it wasn't me being lazy. For me, I want the moment to be full of life and to be fresh
Yeah.
and to feel like the audience is discovering it with me as I'm discovering it, and
That's so good.
that's my role in the show is to stay fresh.
Damn.
And so, so eventually, I would show up. I think, when did we tape? It was so long ago. Like, I think we tape at 4.
Yeah.
So I would get to work around like 3:30, 3:45, and I'd like go straight to makeup, and I made it so all I had to do was slip on a jacket.
Yeah.
So I just put on a jacket, do makeup,
Sure.
walk out on stage.
Come with a clean shirt
That's it.
that you're wearing.
Yeah, just whatever shirt I'm wearing.
Whatever,
Because
yeah.
the jacket's fancy.
Yeah.
So it's very distracting.
It covers it.
Yeah, yeah. Not that I was like purposely being a slob or anything like that, but it'd be like me wearing this.
Yeah.
I probably would wear a different t-shirt, but I might wear this. But the main thing was like just wear a jacket because when I was in Comedy Bang Bang, I had like a whole band leader outfit and I was changing into it. And it just didn't feel good. I'm not really an actor in that sense where I'm like, I need to wear my wardrobe unless it was something I created and I want it to be a specific look or something, then I'm super down with that.
Yeah.
Or or if it's a friend's project, whatever, that's fine. But like as for something that I want to do regularly,
Yeah.
like dealing with wardrobe drives me. It's all the finicky, persnickety needling that gets me after a while. Where it's just
Sure.
like, this has to be correct. This has to be correct. Which I get. It's people doing their jobs as they're supposed to do. But the intensity, if I have to do that over and over again for a long period of time, it starts to get to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm like, this feels inefficient to me, for my creativity. It's inefficient for my creativity.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause-
That's how I felt when I used to. If I would get hired to be an actor or something, I would go. Mostly what I do is like YouTube and podcasts, which is just like, oh, you go, you shoot, you're done.
Yeah.
Awesome. You be yourself. You wear what you wear. And then if I would get hired to do something, it would be like, oh, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah, I know, which is so lame because it's like it's work. You know what I mean? It's work, and it's
you
like
know, you get spoiled.
There's thousands and thousands of actors that would be like, oh, I would kill for that.
Yeah.
So that's not lost on me. But also at the same time, you work the way you work, and also if you've been doing it long enough, I think you earn the right to figure out how you like to work. It's the same thing with like. If you were a construction worker, like if you put in enough time, you probably rise in the ranks or whatever, and you have an opinion about how you'd like the team to work, and all that stuff. So I think I made myself feel a little bit less bratty,
Sure. Well, your excuse of wanting it to be fresh is good because that's an honest take. I think that's what I'm glad you said that. I need to hear that. Be more improvisational, make things more organic.
Yeah. I mean,
and that's why he hired you.
That is totally. I know. I kind of
literally
that.
One of your biggest assets.
Yeah, I realized that later too.
Somebody who's like flying off the cuff and can pull it out in the moment.
Yes, and that has the audience's best interest at heart.
Yeah,
like I'm there as the kind of grounding. And even though I'm absurdist, it's like more emotionally connected and more momentously connected.
Yeah,
because I always want the audience. Not on my side, it's not about that, but I just want them to know that we've got them. Like if I'm at a show, I want the audience to know like, I'm there for them.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely need to do it because I'm a psycho, but I have these dumb ideas and I want to share it with them, or this dumb experience and I want to share it with them, and I want my audience to feel like, yeah, this is for us. This is for him, but it's also for us.
Yeah,
and we
yeah,
can
yeah.
tell.